All right, we are talking golf today. We got the PGA Championship coming up this weekend, so excited to talk about that. Mike is going to bring us some golf picks. Mike, where is this PGA Championship being played, and who's your favorite player going into this whole thing?
Ooh, favorite player is tough. So we're at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. Playing 7,600 yards, considered one of the longest courses on tour with 6 inches of rough. So you got to hit it long, you got to hit it straight. With that, this is so boring, and I'm going against what I did at the Masters, and I'm taking Rory, and it hurts my soul
Man,
so much.
That's a big move for you.
I know. He's the best player in the world right now. Like, Scotty still doesn't look right. I guess he did just kind of go off 2 weeks ago, but you could throw DeChambeau in as well, like, and kind of expect him to have a big bounce back week after the way he finished on Sunday at the Masters.
Yep.
I also like a dart throw at Justin Thomas, man. He's also playing really, really good golf and sets up well here and has a lot of really good history at this golf course. So any of those three, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't have any plays on a winner this year, but yeah, those would be my 3 picks.
Well, let's move into some of the plays that you do have. Let's talk about players to make the cut first. Who do you like to make the cut? Looks like we got some combinations of guys that will help you get to better juice if you combine them together.
Yeah, we got quite a few here. I'm going to start with an apology play. Or actually, no, this is a you're welcome play.
Okay.
Said it on the show of the Masters play that I was fading Max Homa because he had missed 5 straight cuts, which meant he was going to make the cut at the Masters. And sure as hell, he made the cut at the Masters and he finished tied for 12th. So he's going to keep it rolling. He's made every cut since the Masters, even though he's only played in 2 events. We're going to keep that rolling with him, though. Max Homa minus 130 to make the cut there. And then we've got a string of parlays. Sepp Straka has been like my favorite person to bet on this year.
Yeah.
And has worked really well, except for the freaking Masters. But he's back to playing really, really good golf. And so is Shane Lowry. Shane Lowry just finished second last week. That put him into the top 10 in the world. You can parlay these 2 guys together and get them at minus 115. We'll talk a bit more about Sepp here in a bit. Any comments before I keep rolling?
No. Keep it. You can keep going here. We are talking players to make the cut, and we'll get this all up on the screen here at the end for anyone who wants to know what all these combos. If you don't remember what all these combos are, we're talking through that right now.
Also going to take a parlay of Patrick Cantlay with Brooks Koepka. Get that at minus 120. Pecan is playing some quietly good golf. The majors have kind of been a little bit of his Achilles heel in his career in terms of like wins. But even if he's not winning, even if he's not finishing top 10, he's making cuts at majors. He hasn't missed a cut in a major since 2022. On top of that, Brooks is kind of the opposite. His entire career is based on the majors, including 3 PGA championships. He's got a total of 5 majors on his resume there. So he hasn't missed the cut at a PGA championship since 2013.
Whoa.
He's averaging 314 off the tee still at 35 years old. He's playing really good. This sets up really well for both of these guys. Minus 120 there. And then we're not doing a frat boy parlay. We're pouring one out for Stave here and going with a fat boy parlay. And we're taking Colin Morikawa with Justin Thomas, with Tommy Fleetwood, getting this at minus 127. Not going to bore you with stats on this one. All 3 of these dudes are really good, playing really good golf.
These are the 3 names you always see playing in that 100%. In the last 2 days of a major tournament, every single time.
Totally. Of these 3 combined, there have been a total of 0 miscuts this season. So you're just in really good shape here. Watch them all 3 miss the cut now. You're welcome, whatever. But yeah, minus 127 for all 3 of those. So that's all of my to make a cut plays.
Love it. I love them to make a cut. I love those because you get to cash them on Friday if you want to, or on Friday evening if you want to.
Yep.
But let's keep talking about some players who can maybe go the distance and at least have really strong finishes and what those odds look like. So Let's move into top finishes and who you like to finish, top 10, 20, 30, 40, that kind of thing.
Yeah, let's go back to Sepp Straka. We're going top 40. This one is mispriced again. It was mispriced at the Masters, even though he didn't make the cut, whatever. Minus 125, top 40. He missed it with the miss or without the miscut of the Masters. If you remove that, he's finished top 15 in 7 of his last 8 events. With that, you look at his strokes gained, and he's in a really, really good spot. He's not the longest off the tee. We talked about how long the course was.
Yep.
But if you're not long off the tee, you've got to be good on long approaches. He's 16th in approaches from 200 to 225 yards and 19th from 175 to 200. Pretty as good as he's playing, he finished, I don't remember what it was. I think it was top 5, top 10 last week, something like that. He's just playing really good. So you can get that at minus 125. Let's go. All right, let's go back to Rory for a minute. I'm going to let you, you're going to make this pick. I'm going to give you a stats, and then you get to decide which top finish we're taking him at. So this is his first major since he won the career Grand Slam. So you got to think there's a monkey off his back there. He won the Masters. He won the Players, took a couple weeks off, comes back in, finishes 7th last week. He bombs the ball as far as anybody does. I think he's number 3 on tour right now. And then strokes gained approach, he was in like the top 20 as well. You can get it top 10 at minus 165 or top 5 at plus 120.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going with the plus 120 all day only because of who he is. If you were going to pick a winner, you're probably picking him.
Done.
I love the top 5 and getting the plus money there. I think, you could bet both for sure. It's a little bit of a ladder essentially. So you could put maybe a full unit. You know what I would do is I would do a full unit on top 10, half unit on top 5.
Done. Let's do it.
We're laddering golf now. Yeah.
I'm here for it. Cool. Next one. Let's go Justin Thomas, top 20. Dude, I think Justin Thomas is back. He's a little bit of a goober. He's kind of hard to watch for me, but top 20, minus 105. His last 4 events have gone 2nd, 36th, winner, 2nd. Since 2017, he's finished outside of the top 20 at Quail Hollow once in his last 6 events there. Finished 5th last year, and then he won the PGA Championship here in 2017. He's above average in driving distance, and he's 5th in strokes gained approach. He's not the most accurate off the tee. If he loses his driver, that could not bode well for us. But top 20, you got some room for error here. So yeah, we're going there minus 105.
Yeah, I love a good top 20 finish. If someone ties, like if you finish and tied for like 20, like how does that work? How do you get paid out?
It's top 20. Well, it kind of depends. So you could have a 4-way tie for 19th, which would count, but that would put your next finishing spot at like 23rd.
Right.
So it just kind of depends on how the rest of the ties play out.
Yep.
It's not like cuts here. It's top 70 in ties this week. So it's not quite like that, but kind of similar.
Totally.
We'll go with another top 20 finish going Colin Morikawa. He just shows up in majors, man. He's 16th strokes gained off the tee, 5th total, 4th strokes gains approach. Not the longest at 296, but back to the longer approaches. He's 1st in driving accuracy and then 10th when approaching from 200 to 225. He's only played Quail Hollow once, but he finished 16th last year, the Wells Fargo Championship. And he's hit this number in 4 straight majors in 8 of his last 11 majors going back to 2022. So he just shows up in majors. We hit this at the Masters. He finished 14th, but now we're getting it at plus money. I think the Masters, it was like minus 125.
Yep.
So this is in a much better spot for that.
Absolutely. I like this last pick too. A guy who's always hanging around, it seems like.
Yeah, man. Tommy Fleetwood, top 30. He's kind of broken out in Europe for quite a while, and he's played well in the US, but he hasn't really gone off in majors. He hasn't really gotten any of these big major wins. I think it's only a matter of time. It could be this one. He's finished top 25 in 18 of his last 19 events going back to last year. That's probably the most consistent golf of anybody that's not in the top 10 of the the World Golf Ranking. So that looks really good. He finished here 9 of his last 12 majors, 3 consecutive top 15 finishes at Quail Hollow. So really good form, really good history at this course. One of the most well-rounded guys from a stroke scanned approach aspect, looking really good. The only thing I don't have listed as a show pick, but I'll probably personally play it, Shane Lowry. Just snuck into the top 10 of the official World Golf Rankings. Top 30 finish, plus 110. That does not compute to me at all.
Yeah.
He is a little bit streaky. I'll give him that. But he just finished second, I think it was last week. I don't know. I hope I'm not making that up. But he's played some really good golf too. But anyways,
who needs fact checkers anyways?
Yeah, we're just rambling here, but
we're good.
That's it.
That's great. I think you said before the show started, you have a sneaky hockey pick you want to throw out there for
dude. Yes. So Maple Leafs playing Florida Panthers. Okay. The Leafs are going home for game 5 tomorrow. Money line plus 135.
Wow.
They won the first 2 games at home. They went back to Florida up 2-0. And we said it on the show last week. Florida was going to win their 2 games at home because they are that much better at home.
Yep.
So that makes total sense. Now they're going back to the Leafs. I don't understand how Florida is still favored as the road team there.
Yep.
The Leafs did lose their goalie, but that was in the middle of game 1. They still won game 1. They won game 2 with them.
Yep.
So that at plus 135, that's kind of wild to me.
Love that value for sure. That's awesome. Well, let's run this down. These are your picks for the PGA Championship. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast, like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff for us. Mike is going to walk us through his PGA Championship picks.
We'll start with the picks to make the cut. Again, we're looking for top 70 plus ties after the first 2 rounds. We'll start with a parlay of Sepp Straka with Shane Lowry to make the cut at minus 115. We'll do another parlay of Patrick Cantlay and Brooks Koepka at minus 120. We'll do the Staife Fat Boy parlay with Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, and Tommy Fleetwood to make the cut at minus 127. And we're going with Max Homa straight up by himself to make the cut at minus 130. Moving on.
Yeah, let's talk about those top finishes.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll go Sepp Straka top 40, Justin Thomas top 20, Colin Morikawa top 20, Tommy Fleetwood top 30. Then we're doing a half unit play on Rory McIlroy in the top 10, and then a full unit play of Rory McIlroy on the top 5. Did I say that right? Or is it the other way around?
No way. No, full unit on top 10, half unit
on top 5. There we go.
Yep. I think that is that will wrap us up. We should have a good weekend playing golf. Hopefully come get you guys some more picks for NHL, NBA, that type of stuff later this week. And we will see y'all later.
Later.